Thank you for clicking on this video. Enjoy!
How are you doing, Niall? Welcome in. You're sore? Why are you sore? What did you do? What did you do between last that we spoke, which was 2 hours ago maybe, and now? What did you do? Do we need to order you a massage therapist or something? I have seen your computer setup. It's not the greatest. We need to get you a better setup, to be honest. Like a massively better setup. Like, I don't even know why you don't even have a better setup at this point. Like, you deserve it. Honestly. Without going all into the nitty-gritty details, you need a better setup. Because you were trying to get the star and it wasn't working. I'm sorry. Here, have more stars, okay? It's okay. See? I can make it rain. It's fine. There you go. Catch all the stars. Before Chapuis catches them all again. There you go. See, it's all good. You got more stars. See, it's all good. It's okay. Catch all the stars. You actually measured out a space and moved things so you can fit a desk? Good, Niall. You deserve it, honestly. Like, you deserve to have an actual space to use and not just be stuck in that very bad position, okay? You deserve it. Promise. But see, you got all the stars. It's okay, Ko. It's okay. Himp? What are we himping? Alright, let's get started. Mass bomb. Sheesh. Case closed. Ooh. So we have dude that's changed his name 20 times, John. We have John, who's changed his names quite a few different times. I'm kind of curious at this point. Sorry, you will all have to forgive me for a second. I know it's been like 2 months, but I'm gonna go try and find... Because I'll probably want to have it for recap later anyways. This was at the end. Okay, so should be closer. There you go. I found all his names. I found them all. So, Ko, since you weren't here when we first initially started this game, or weren't really here as much, so John, this beautiful fella, this edgy boy, first introduced himself to us as Zephyr. Then when someone else has his name, he then used Blaze as a name. And then when someone else came in, he said Malachite. And then when someone else came in and asked for his name, John. And what I do love about this game, they've done that so well, is when someone has different pronouns, like they, them, or when, for example, John changes his name 24/7. It almost seems like all the different characters adapt real quick to changing and using that new name, which I really, really appreciate. Forehead kisses? You would love to give some forehead kisses, wouldn't you? Fezzoa's best detective duo has returned! Welcome back, Millie and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Aura now. Okay, see, he's changed his name again. I do it. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Aura, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Aura. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not, but we were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must have always expect life to double-cross you. He's very edgy. If you thought that Edgeworth was edgy, he's... John, or Aura now, is a lot more edgy. I'm glad you've made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? You don't need that, Muna. You can catch if you want to have a chance at a shiny, I guess. How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks? She knows how to work the innkeeper. Melly's like, hey, innkeeper gives free drinks if we tell stories. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Or it taught me how to be more cunning. Oh, he's blushing. I think this is the first time that we actually see any kind of emotion on Aura's face. We might have seen it from time to time here or there, but like, to this extent, no. Only the basics. No need to be so humble, you taught her well. Chicken, are you done already? How are you? How was Tales of Arise? Alright, I was there to help you choose a raid target. I'm big dumb. How are you doing, Grandpa?
You get $5 a body, so...
$5 a body.
How are you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing alright. If you guys have not checked out Chicken, please do. Chicken is amazing. Chicken, you and I have got to find a time to play games sometime.
This is why.
Honestly, either Lethal Company or something else on my massive list of like remote play games that we can get to play at some point, we should. If we could get whoever else involved, that would be great too. Miss gaming with Chicken. Yeah, you all were... You just got lockdown. Lockdown Protocol is so fun. Not... As far as I'm aware, not many people have it. I know most of TIC has it. Because we were like, okay, we can all play this together. It's fun. It's very much like Among Us, Chicken. I personally prefer it. I personally prefer it over Among Us. Personally. Anyways. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Millie? I want something, something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Sheppy, I miss gaming too. Yeah, I'm sorry. She wants smarts. Let's try to give her a smarts beverage. Smarts. So we need charisma, speed, and smarts for this one. Nope. That could work. Or this one could work. Go with this one. Hi Zozo, thank you for the lurk. You did great on Games Done Quick over the weekend, by the way. If you guys didn't know, Zozo was on Done's Quick with an assisted RE2 speedrun and actually got a PB. So finished the game in 56 minutes. I don't remember what your other PB was, but I do know that you beat your PB, which is great. Congrats.
Hey, right there.
And I think you're supposed to be again on Games Done Quick in a month's time, right? If you're not already lurking. If not, hi. I love you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Alright, we need 2 more smarts. 1, 2. At least one more charm. Oh, and one more swift. There we go. Big sunrise. Thank you, I appreciate your red support, and I appreciate you being here and coming to hang out. I appreciate it, so. But enjoy the lurk. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it, and you know it. Here you go, Millie, you sweetheart. Let's see if this will Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you, let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I am longing for another one of your little secrets. Right, we made a deal. Correct. So, what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks now that she's linguistically invincible. So, the usual. Alright, give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, so he wants... Oh, right, he wants charm. Each time I see him, I'm like, he's gonna want swiftness, but then I'm like, no, actually, he wants charm. Hi, Professor Hammerhead. I'm doing good, and you? How are you doing? That's a bigger question here. Here we go. He wants smarts. Charms. He wants charms. Nope. Yes. I need 2 more charm. 1, 2. And then 3 of this. Or 2 of this, sorry. 1,000 wins. Hi, Professor. Yes. Professor Hammerhead is here. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face. Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly, he likes it. You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Oh my god. Is that how you distinguish if he's happy or not, Millie? If his scarf moves? Oh, I see. My detective skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course, then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty assistants, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. A bit worn out and stressed, but doing as well as can be, all things considered. Oh, I'm sorry, Professor Hammerhead. Hopefully you start feeling better. Hopefully things aren't as stressful and you get some rest. Because we all know we definitely deserve more rest than we usually get, all of us. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Zoford? No, don't be silly. For a moment, I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. Yes, everyone send your good vibes to Professor Hammerhead, please. We sent them all year round to Chapuis last year. Let's send them to Professor Hammerhead for the time being. Not that you don't need the attention, Chapuis. We love you. We love you, Scott. But you're in a much better spot than last year. Last year was hell for you. My hair isn't actually all black. I know, that's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zoford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, we made it to Zoford in the blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen, too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. Of course, Emerald. Of course. But those goes were the clue we needed. I knew we'd find something at the dock, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched as it tried to sneak onto a cargo ship. It behaved weird. Undog-like. It hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before it started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed a dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around. As detectives do, we want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them thought they had some kind of illness, like rabies, or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms sent by Sea Witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fine witnesses. Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. And we managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Aura and I were able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all the familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was child's play. Apparently he's quite familiar among the people of Zoford. It just took Aura a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did. Prepare yourself to be my next test subject, innkeeper. I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Godsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden realistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were a lot of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any world-class detective would, I also checked his trash can. And did you find anything? Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something you'd like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! That's very useful. Ooh, silent owl. Smarts, swiftness, and attack. Interesting. With a silent owl, you make the night your own. Its accentuated taste and hand-selected spices allow you to become the silhouette lurking in the shadows. A quick sip of this drink will grant you the sight, strength, and subtlety of a natural predator. Interesting. That's very useful. That's what I thought. Anyways, Aura and I continued for our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon disease in animals, so we kind of had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change her mind. That wasn't all we found. Next to his desk, in a small cupboard, were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. While she studied his diaries, I rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind a familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly! But right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Or hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedge myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but still see the whole room. Good call. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals, just like the dogs from the dogs. But now we had proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had all left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hands. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Aura. So I meowed. Of course you did. Of course you did. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I pretended to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, you little rascal. How did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said, very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for little cats, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer, so as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some hot chocolate milk." Millie, no, you blown your cover. I kind of forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hand started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rules the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. Oh, even he looks spooked now. Sheesh. What's with all the thank you packages tonight? What the heck? You guys are very welcome for the stream. As you all know, I stream for my mental health. It helps me tremendously. Thank you all for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. You all make my night each time I stream. And thank you mods for modding. Thank you all for keeping the community safe and keeping those pesky bots at bay.
What?
I appreciate it. Also, how is Persona 3 Reload? Hopefully you had a good time.
What was that?
James Forever 2 is back at it with
Killer.
Persona
Please.
3 Reload. They're diving back into Tartarus like it's a
explain.
delicious sauce. Watch out for spoilers, though. The streamer's got a no spoiler policy. Scared a cat when they're not battling shadows. They're probably playing something random. You are a bot, beep boop bot. No, you are not. No, you are not. I need to fix something real quick. Fixed. Cool. How are you tonight, James? I know it's super freaking late for you, so you should be in bed, to be honest. But the wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. Oh, that he saw my life flashing before my eyes. And before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently, I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. Still awake, insomnia mixed with stress. Oh, I'm sorry, James. Why are you stressed? Want to talk about it? And if you don't want to talk about it on stream, you know you can always send me a DM. You know that, right? I'm always willing to accept DMs. I just might not answer tonight if you decide to go that route, though. Or if I do answer tonight, you'll be hopefully sleeping by then. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually, I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to. Waiting for coursework results. You've got this. You've been working so hard for so long. I promise you, you've got this. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he was actually he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all the clues out of Aura's mouth kind of flipped the switch in my brain. And I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such, also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't? Honestly, it's a broad used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded you are turning familiars into animals, or at least you're making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmutated. But now their patrons and the other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them, and that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured that out all by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just there to investigate, but that was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy with their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. Of course, they expected the worst. Why else would your friends just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. But obviously none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set up a meeting for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals, but I think they got it eventually. So, all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely. I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. He found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Rinu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. Oh my god. You might enjoy some company. So thank you two very much. Obtain another familiar. Hi, baby. Right over here, just slumped over the bookcase, and then we have our crow or whatever that is here, and then the octopus here, and then we have Andu with our drinks. Take care of myself. You're right. I should probably take a sip of water since I haven't drank since we started, and I've been talking non-stop for 40 minutes at least. We'll even get a good stretch in. There you go, James. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted? I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh. Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. But when I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I do find it, like, I had noticed that his cape moved. I just find it funny that Millie actually mentions it, and she's learnt to actually read the movements of the scarf to tell his mood. It's really funny. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help, and my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was a pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with the farmer over some payments, and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Aura. It's alright. I bottled up all my emotions up and combined them into desire. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since? No, the people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose a lonely path that was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Oh, we got more information on our cute little Millie. Alright. As is fitting for a young detective, she's always eager to learn and experience new things, though her youth leads her to attach to the people around her rather quickly. On a different note, her favorite drink is hot chocolate. Looks like I have to add another recipe to my list very soon. And we can found our own guild, like a detectives guild. No. Aww. Aura, come on. But even a grumpy, lonesome person like him can't resist a certain stray cat's charm, even though the rules of the Shadowbane's Thieves Guild and Murderous Oats were all he knew for a long time. Maybe they'll consider an alternate career in the future. A detective's assistant, for example. I love that. I love that. I love their relationship. Even though he's like, no, I don't care about you, he very much does. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fizoa. I'm sure of that. Oh, hi, X. Yeah. And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lessons in bribery. So you're a detective? Yes. The best detective in all of Fizoa, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I am Hexagon X, but you can call me X. Like, by your last name? No, X, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Huh. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? They look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. Hey, Facto, welcome in. Oh, look, I gotta fix something. Is there any mods in chat? Can we get a shout out for Facto, please? They were playing some Hollow Knight, and they were rocking it. No, not timers. Users. All the mods are probably sleeping right now, because usually I have auto shouts. So basically, mods are just here to look pretty often enough, if they're here at all. So they're probably not used to hearing me shout, hey mods, can you give a shout out? They're probably not used to that. Oh, hi Ko, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate it. But yes, everyone go check out Facto, please. Playing some Stardew in that clip, it seems.
I like the glory.
If by rocking it you mean dying a lot, Listen. That's the thing about Hollow Knight. You die a whole lot. It's fine. It's fine. Up until you recognize all the patterns of the bosses, you die a lot. It's fine, I promise. But welcome in. How are you doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing alright. Yeah, we're just playing some Tavern talk, so maybe not... Well, story-wise, it might be a little bit more interesting than Hollow Knight, but action-wise, definitely a lot less interesting. This is, as you can see, very much a story game. It's a little bit like Tavern talk. Not Tavern talk. I'm playing Tavern talk. I'm an idiot. Coffee talk. There you go. But it's more fantasy-esque, and the drinks that you make actually have impact. So basically, all these characters are all different classes. So if you think D&D, they're all D&D-esque classes. And they go on quests that you make up once you hear enough rumors to make a quest. And then the type of drink that you give them before they go on that quest shows how they resolve that quest, which is kind of neat. The pain is what makes the game so good. Exactly. It's fine. Doing well, just mentally worn out today. Oh, I'm sorry. I was mentally worn out all of December, so honestly, I get it. I completely get it. So get that sleep if you need to, because I know I slept a ton. But making some rounds and seeing all the cool peeps, well, I appreciate that you took the time to even stop here. Didn't have to, I promise. Followed, yes, Facto is cool. Like I said, I was playing some Hollow Knight. I don't know, other than the Stardew that just popped up, I don't know what else you've played. So I can't really say what else you've played. I apologize. Ko does stream. Ko is actually now just starting to stream recently. They are, last I checked, at like 28 or 29 followers out of 50. We've been trying to do a push for Ko so she could get affiliate soon. He's been playing a lot of Spyro. There, are you happy, Ko? I took a book out of Brenda's book and used all pronouns. You're welcome. Oh my god. Yeah, most people here right now, Facto, do stream. So if you want to do a round and give them all love, honestly, you can. Do love Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight was my addiction for like... Okay, I started streaming... it was from March 2021 to like June 2021. So like a full 4 months. That's literally all I played. And usually I only stream for 3 hours. But Hollow Knight, I was streaming at times for 5 to 8 hours. Like, I was addicted. Once I sat down and started playing that game, I was addicted and I could not stop playing it. One of, it's actually to this day technically the only game that I've done everything in that game. So 112% that game, and to this day I have not gone that far and so far above and beyond to fully finish a game, other than crosscode, but we're not done crosscode yet. So, but I'll say that we're currently doing that for crosscode too. You play all kinds of things, horror, souls games, and indies. You love it all. Kind of the same Facto here. We play a whole ton of different games. Drop the follow. Thank you, Facto. I appreciate it. Not me. I don't think you've... You don't think you've ever streamed? Who was a sexy and handsome fox that I saw the other day? Even though your microphone was dying, you were still there, standing muffled and amazing as you are. Thank God, all of you that I see in here right now. Yeah, there's probably a few lurkers now, but there's a bunch of people in this community that stream as well, Facto. As it is. I like to drop in and see everyone when I can. Same. Honestly, same. As much as I can, it's not always feasible, unfortunately, in between, like, work and everything else, but there's still one achievement you need in Hollow Knight. Okay, I didn't achievement hunt to that extent. I am still missing quite a few achievements for Hollow Knight. Like, I haven't done a Steel Soul run. The one time that I attempted to do a speed run, I got 5 hours and 6 minutes, and the Steam achievement for it is under 5. So I missed it by 6 minutes. Even though that was an unplanned speed run, I guess. So I didn't really plan out where and how I was going to do it. So if I had better planning, I would have probably done it fairly easily too. And then I don't even know what... Oh, finish P5, I guess. I haven't done Pantheon 5 yet. I think those are the 3 big things I haven't done in Hollow Knight. I think that's the 3 big things. We are only one person, but we support it when we can. Yeah. So if I don't get to say hi, I usually, at the very least, leave a lurk. Which is very often, but I always leave a lurk. No matter what, like, you all have my lurk. I guess the only time that I don't lurk is when I'm streaming. Like, as much as I want to support everyone, my computer can only handle so many things. Like, I have a decent computer, I'll admit, but like a web browser with a lot of Twitch tabs opened does take a lot of RAM. So I'm like, I'll keep it for some other time when I'm not streaming. Otherwise, you all have my support. It's a final Pantheon you need to beat. Fair. Scuff is just part of your schedule now. James, that's fair. You're like in school full time. Don't you work a little bit too? You wake up and put on like 3 streams before you go to work. You can only do so many as well. Yeah. Like when I'm not streaming, it's tabs galore. Like I have so many tabs open, and I know Twitch counts all of them because they've been very transparent with that. So often they're like, no, we don't care. You have tabs open, they can be muted, whatever, we don't care, they all count as a view. The only thing that I've personally noticed is you can only accumulate community channel points in 2 channels at a time. That's the only thing that I've noticed. Yeah, coursework, making your own indie game, and streaming. Yeah, you keep busy, exactly. You keep very freaking busy. And a social life. People have social lives? What? No! Who would have a social life? Come on. Stay home, be comfy in your Zero Suit Samus cosplay, stream, sleep in it, it's fine. Never see grass? Me either, me either. Mind you, right now it's all covered in snow, but... What? People have friends, right? I agree. You are all my family and friends, I swear to God. You all are my chosen family. Is this a hair that wants to get out of the wig, or is it just... Okay, it's not a hair that wants to get out of the wig, it's just a lonesome hair out on its own. It's fine. Sorry for the ads. Social life? What's that? Right? Alright. Let's continue a little bit since you guys are all in ads and we can't interact much anyways. Not by choice. His name is Aura. I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Aura. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You just talk to whoever talks to you first. There. I'm kind of the same way, Ko. I'm kind of in the same way. Like, I don't... Like, sure, I sometimes reach out on Discord, but, like, I tend to let people reach out to me first. Tend. That's a tricky one. You see this little star pendant at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add, one of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Oh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that, leaked to the masses, would break the order of this world. Oh, wow! You gotta be... James, get some sleep, please. You deserve sleep. I don't care what your insomnia tells you. You deserve sleep. Go get sleep. But yeah, thank you everyone for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason Fizoa's best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon X, are nothing but a bad liar. You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, X. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? Of course not. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, X. You got me there. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But X, what brings you here today? Ah, nothing really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. There's a Chansey in chat if you all want to catch it. You want smarts? Let's give you the Silent Owl, I guess. Let's have you try the new drink. Let's see. We need intelligence. We need attack and swiftness. This one could do. This one, no. This one, no. This one, no. This one, no. This one, yes. Chansey's gone, I'm sorry. 1, 2, and then one more attack. I put charm instead of attack. Oh. Whoops. I was like, what's going on? I think I'd somewhat messed it up. Because it was a -2 attack? Yeah, I didn't see the -2 attack. It still worked. It's fine. Just a little bit more liquid. It's fine. Here you go. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh? Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean? Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Please don't burn out my bar. Oh, then can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on the top of my fingertips. Like cute little candles. I want to see that. I would advise you to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a big show then. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Aura, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf, you're missing out though. Certainly. See you later. Have fun. I thought you said you needed to go feed your pet. Carolyn! Hi! It's been a while. Innkeep? Carolyn? This quest's up for taking. It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course, I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Dyria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this greatsword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help anyway. Cool. They always like that in Keep. Depends on who's in the room. He blushed. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious you're reserved as to know it, not exposed any weak spots. Carolyn, hello? Yeah. Say hello to Carolyn. She's, what class is she? Carolyn. She's the Beast Slayer. She slays beasts. She's a Vukakin, which is not technically a werewolf. But they sometimes get confused with werewolves. But yeah, Carolyn. But sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass, but I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something. You know. Something for my aura. Gotcha, it's on the house this time. Ah. You want charm as usual, which I gave you this one. 1,000 wins. This one doesn't have any attack, so I can give you that. Excuse me. So 2 defense. 1, 2. And then more charm. 1 and 2. That should be it. 1,000 wins. Do you like Carolyn, Co? Thanks. That's good enough. Splendid. Alright, moving on. What about you, Carolyn? I'd like to know more about the Chasm's Gate. That's the path to Dyria? I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me either, actually. Really? Do you think I never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insight that might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Dyria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last few days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Dyria has become a bit of a hazard. Collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Meow, I agree. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Dyria. Of course, how about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way, depending on what truly is going down in Dyria. Timid might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. Might have a good infusion for that, the feather of a golden loon. What? Oh, a rare waterfall. Legend has it the wind still resides in its feathers, which is why they lend you its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be great for evasion if you added something for the brains to it. Though I'll be dealing with a diplomat, so little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepared for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be too bad. How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citron, your weapon strikes will be blessed great against bandits or bridges. That sounds like something my Baba would have chosen. Not that you would have needed it. We got more information from Carolyn. Alright. She inherited that huge greatsword from her grandma, whom Carolyn lovingly calls Baba. Grandma must have been a true hero, devoted to both her strength and the dragons. Naturally, Carolyn has very high expectations of herself. Luckily, she allows herself some breaks every now and then. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that'll give me more protection would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade this threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Innkeep, I'll leave the choice up to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Alright, so which quest did she pick up, I guess is the question here. Not this one. This one? Yes. Okay. Political tension ensued when the canal bridge connecting Dira to the mainland collapsed, especially because spinal rhinos can't exactly be held responsible. The ambassador tasked with solving this mess is a young noble, and his worried best friend insists he is still in need of a new personal guard, especially since the roads are unsafe for travelers lately, if those travelers are cattle anyway. Okay. So she'll be escorting a diplomat. Gotcha. Gotcha. I guess the question is, do we want to go the true bodyguard way and have her ready for combat? Or do we want her to be smart and charming to talk out of any possible situation that might happen? So this is what I meant, Ko, by some quests, or chat in general. Anyone that's not seen this game yet, this is what I meant by we get to choose the order that's going to help them with their quests. They give us two options of how they could go about their quest, and now we, as the bartender, innkeeper, get to decide what happens, I guess, in a way. Alright, so infusion, which one is... excuse me, oh my gosh. Alright, the one I'm thinking about is citron. She'll be a bodyguard on a road that's not really great. I think we'll make her, so kind of like Ace Attorney. I mean, Ace Attorney does have its specific progressive storyline. So not really, because in Ace Attorney, and the reason I save so often, Ko, in Ace Attorney, is because if you make like multiple mistakes, you lose all your health when you're in the trials, you have to restart the entire thing. Hence why we save. In this case, I haven't seen anyone fail, I guess, their quests to the quests that we've done, so I don't know if that's because I've always given them the proper drink, or if it's just that they've made two ways for each quest to be finished. I don't know. I haven't looked it up. But, yeah. So... we want 3 defense. Probably Steel Tonic is our best bet. Alright, so... 3 defense, so 2 more of this. 1, 2. Otherwise, yes, it completely plays like Ace Attorney. Well, like any other visual novel, to be honest. You just read and read and read. Steel tonic. Bing. Here you go, Carolyn. May the dragons guide your way. May they. Hi, Rhea. Where are you headed? Dear, yeah, some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Hey, Innkeep, is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Boggin' crap, I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. And what if I tell you I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? Do you want to try? I'd love to. Come on now, just go together. Who asked ye? Exactly. Your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big bads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. And your defense will be better. He's got a point. For once, I agree. Aura's got a point. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. You look sturdy, like you could take a few blows, so sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroads to Timus. We'll leave from there. Great! I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. Thank you, Aura. You're a brooding frail, aren't you? This is just who I am. I've met fellas like you before. You're all the same. Often you've got truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Innkeep. Rhea? Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fool, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No? Dreading what might be inside? Didn't have time yet. Suddenly your lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Jeez, everyone's popping in today. Sheesh. Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. That and Wonderless is the reason why I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Deria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh, how rude of me, of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Rhea's enough. Hello, brave Rhea. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend. Along with Carolyn. That one. Oh, Carolyn. Phenomenal! I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering. Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this Sympheth is very dear to me and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. More info on Archie. Turns out Archie is not only an avid reader, but also an inspiring author. To fulfill his dream and acquire more inspiration for his works, he's determined to go on a real quest. Good thing his childhood friend is in dire need of brave adventurers to help him out. Brad's not impressed. The wolf ate it. So sure thing, come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting! Come on, let's go. Oh, how the turntables. Me, going on a very dangerous and important quest instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path for your hero's journey. Indeed, all the stories I'll have to tell them when I return and keep. I can't wait. Farewell, see you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. Why'd the music cut out? Oh, it went to his brooding music. Got it. Alright. We've been standing for an hour and a half. We're gonna sit. Or switch to sitting, I should say. So give me a moment, please, and thank you. Alright. Alright. Thank you everyone for hanging out, by the way. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out as we do more visual novels. I know it's not always the most interesting thing in the world. I do personally enjoy them very much, so hopefully you guys enjoy the stories we explore when we do play visual novels. Ko, what are we reading about? What's up? What are you so excited about? What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There's one, but it involves social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. You just got home. Because I'm here? I didn't do anything, though. What are you talking about? And I'm me? I would hope I'm me? I would hope so? Maybe I'm a doppelganger and you don't even know? I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with the story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something with a little bit more violence. Okay. Something with a little more violence. I don't think I'll be doing that. Oh, hi, Fable. Hiya, Innkeeper. Hiya, Fable. Hiya, Mel. Yeah. Never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left, and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Or is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Zora? John, Malachite, that guy. Oh, nice name. Oh, he's blushing again. Thank you. But if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. Hope you have fun. Oh, so they're giving me the option of sending either one or asking to if they want to go together. Sure, we'll ask if they want to go together. Why don't you go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course, teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yeah, so you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strengths to solve any problems better than you ever could alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Aura, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. He's blushing again. I love it. He's edgy, but he has that... He's a softie. He's a edgy, but he's a softie, and I love it so much. Cool. It's settled then. We'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. This is the one with, to resolve... should be the lagoon, right? I think that's the one that's left. Same co? Yeah, like when we first meet Aura / Malachite / John / He's gone through so many names. Zephyr, Blaze, Malachite, John, Aura. There we go. When we first met him, he only had that edge. He wanted to be that dark, mysterious type that didn't want to befriend anyone. And now he's kind of befriending people, and it's great. Still doesn't show a lot of emotion. You can tell when he's blushing, which I kind of like. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. It's simple. Baya's worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them. Baya is friends with the Mary Morgan? Best friends. So we need to talk to the Mary Morgan. And the Banshee, what an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? Failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those Fey crystals, the ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse, to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I just remember how well being invisible served me last time. Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? then they should talk about that too. That's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe Innkeeper, Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit, it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing. Or, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the Werewolf Settlement on the 31st. It'll be great. Fun, I think? I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where's the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. It's like she knew that he was gonna pick up another quest. They look like a couple. Do they? Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right. Innkeeper, can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent or charismatic inspiring. That's your expertise. Let me think about it. Oh, Lord. So, do we want to be the hidden way and make them become friends again on their own? Or do we want to have them talk it out? Be their therapist, if you will. What do we want? Excuse me. I almost feel like it would be fun to see the side of the story where they help them without talking it out. To me sounds fun. It's like you're helping someone in the shadows without them even knowing. Talk it out, then smooch. You want them to talk it out and smooch? You just like kisses, don't you, Ko? Alright, we'll do the talk it out and smooch then. If they even smooch. Alright, so we need that, which is this one. Honey flower. This one. And they want charisma with that. It has to be a charismatic drink. Which is this one. I guess 1,000 wins? Yeah. Maybe. Fair enough. 1, 2, and 1, and 2. 1,000 wins. Alright, make sure I got it right. Honeyflower gives inspiration. And then we wanted a charismatic drink with which 1,000 wins is. Okay, cool. Bing. Maybe. Alright. I think a direct approach is a better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you. Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the benchy too. It might be smarter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good, but we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Aura. If I must. You went on a quest with Millie, right? How was it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they well? They're dead. Ah. Burned to death. I'm sorry, that's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh, wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-sparked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First, I thought I was going to die, then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room, frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine it not having that. I can. It was... Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home, by myself, for 2 whole days. Oh, he's actually crying. For 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. And when I was finally brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know it wasn't your fault, right? I know I never want to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge on the fucker who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. Jess, Tiger, Mima, what are you doing here?
Madeline, top left.
Madeline, top left? No, top right. Top right is so much better. See, exactly, so much better. It's fine. It's magma almost, right? Right? How was stream? How was Professor Layton and the Curious Village? Puzzle time! I'll be. This is one of those newfangled moving picture shows? Now, P. dearie, we've come from solving puzzles to join your tavern shindig. And would anyone like some virtual cookies? Oh, landsakes? The fuck are landsakes? How does one send those? The fuck is a landsake? That confused me for a second as I was reading it. I was like, what? Good, you struggled again. I'm sorry you struggled again. Wait, is it an actual thing? Do I have to go Google it up right now? But yes, if you guys have not checked out The Tiger, please do. Tiger is amazing. I can talk. Yes, please check out Tiger. And for anyone coming in with a raid, I'm Nerapi, Verdi streamer on Twitch. We stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. We've also been doing some Saturdays with some Helldivers. Sundays, we either play Ace Attorney with Ko and Zoe, or we hang out with TIC, the International Council. Tuesdays and Thursdays, currently we're going through Tavern Talk, which our friends at Future Friends provided us the game, as well as the DLC, because they wanted me to review the DLC for the game. So we're making our way through the game right now to get to the DLC so we can do a proper review. But welcome in, everyone. No, you've been stuck here for nearly 2 weeks. Yes, I have this little jail right here that I keep Banana in, and I tell Banana, you gotta be in every single stream and get that streak up to 100, okay? You have to be here for 100 consecutive days. That's it. That's all. You're stuck. Banana's aquarium. Where they're fed cornflakes? Yes, exactly! See? Jess gets it. Fuck no. You don't want to be stuck in my jail for a while. But welcome in, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming in to hang out. You'd rather be force-fed 200 chocolate fudge overlord beaver tails instead? Oh god. That is so... That would be so much sugar, Nanners. That would be so much sugar. I'll do it if it gets me into Canada. Niall, I don't blame you, to be honest. With the state of the affairs in the US right now, I wouldn't blame you. Goes into Choco, right? Like 200 chocolate fudge overload beaver tails? Oh my god, just one beaver tail. Never mind 200. Just one beaver tail is sugar overload. I don't even want to imagine 200. Like, why? Why? Oh my god. But yeah, you were stuck with some more Leighton. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Right? Did you get stuck a lot? I wouldn't be good at that game. Like, I can be decent at puzzles, but those puzzles are something else. Was more comedic than bad. Okay, that's good, at least. That's good, at least. Comedic, not comedic. I don't know how to talk, it's fine. What's the plan for the rest of the evening? Any plans? Are we doing anything? Or are we just going to bed? I guess you might be prepping to go to bed. Talking is overrated. I agree. On a Tuesday night, probably just going to bed. Fair. I kind of figured that would be the plan. I kind of figured. And honestly, that's fair. Especially considering you've been streaming more recently. So you're probably like more tired than usual. Stealing all of Magma's days since Magma can't stream right now. Sadly. Which, shame. We miss Magma. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. She's right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the Innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these two lovebirds back together, at least for now. Mrs. Daddy went out for milk. Is that how Caliphie came to be your sister, Niall? Did Grandpa go out for milk and then that's how Caliphie came to be? I mean, here at least you're getting that. Honestly, Banana, fair. I swear to God, each time I see you stream, your dad or your mom you're like, here, have some food, have a mukbang stream, eat all you want. And then all I see is the horrors within the cave. Oh no! He visited chicken. Fair. Fair. Why am I getting another notification? Got it. Got it. Right, so right now we're talking to Fable and now Aura, who has changed names 5 times now. So we first knew them as Zephyr, then Blaze, then Malachite, then John, and now Aura. And we're about to send them on a quest to get the... Basically, we're sending them to be therapists for the Mary Morgan as well as the Banshee, who are in a relationship. They love each other so much, but they're actually having a fight right now. And their friend Baya, the Swamp Witch, is sad, because if they break up, she might not be friends with them anymore, because they won't be able to hang out all 3 together anymore. So, Baya was like, help my friends, please send them therapists. And so we send them adventurers who will talk to them. And escape is impossible when you try to escape the den. The outside is a wide, vast jungle that spans on for miles with no end in sight, unless you are blessed with the sword that the Jess gives. Jess gives swords? Jess, why have you not provided me with a sword? I want to defend the forest and go through the forest and survive outside the den. I think I need to go prepare for a treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Oh. The lurking sword? Tiger's like, what are you talking about? You're all insane. And I would mostly agree to that. Whatever. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. I agree. I 100% agree to this statement. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right, we have to do that. Which is fine, I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run, or hide, or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Aura how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you? I do. But it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. Bedtime ritual sounds good, Jess. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Love you. Kai, hi. You're up late today. It's like 3:30 over there. What are you doing up? I'm
room's so
surprised to
cool,
see your
though.
face here tonight.
This room's like one of my favorite rooms so far.
That room looks like pain if you ask me. Are you not always up late? I mean, you are, That's not the issue. I'm guessing you have a similar, like, sleep-ish schedule as I do, unless I'm wrong. You probably normally go to bed between 2 and 4-ish. I'm assuming, like I do. Which means normally right now you're like settling down for bed. It's my guess. If I'm wrong, tell me. But that room was from 9D. Sounds like pain to me. You've already had your sleep gummies and feeling dressy, so you won't be here for long. Okay, I kind of figured. Like from like the few times that I've seen you here, and like when you stream and whatnot, I kind of figured we have a similar sleep schedule, just on a different time zone. Already read that. Excuse me. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. And thank you for redeeming the last first, Kai. I appreciate it. You're cute. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Thank God you were here so early, right? It always makes me laugh when there's like a first at the end of the stream that's still there and then someone redeems it. It actually happened once where we were ending stream and none of the firsts were redeemed, and I was like, huh, that's a first, that's new. Let's call it teamwork then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Alright, we're finally getting towards the end of this day. Morning! It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Huh, that makes more sense. There's only one first redemption per stream for you, and it gets very contested. Yeah, when there's only one, I can imagine that it gets contested. I like to have 3, at the very least. And I get that some people do it under 3 separate redeems, first, second, third. But at the same time, I'm like, that just creates more redeems when I could just have them lumped into one. It's the way I see it. I could do like Jess and some of the other streamers and try to put everyone's whoever redeems first on the stream. But I'm lazy. So I'll just say it out loud. But yeah, I can imagine that it gets contested. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Soundly. Feels like I haven't slept so well in ages. RG said you were going on a quest? Yeah, Ray and I'll be escorting some rich fucker to Deria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry. We'll be escorting some rich idiot to Deria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Because his friend's leaving and must be really craving some peace and quiet. No, he's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Great, is it too late to back out? No, would you like to? I guess. Then feel free. Maria's going to eat that kid alive. And I'm a woman of my word. Is it usually the same person that usually gets it, Kai, or is it is there a good mix? If you want me to tell you that you have to do this, I'm afraid you'll have to make that decision yourself. Fine, I'll go, but I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boost shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. You think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna slay another guardian? Maybe. That would be intense, right? What kind would you like to fight this time? Not sure. I feel like I've already met the one I was looking for. What could be a greater fight than slaying a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the Realm Keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that. You? Gaia as well, but I feel like I should pick someone else for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lonely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. The one with the primordial sea seems the most interesting to me. Leviathan. Why? You like snakes? I do. I do also enjoy elemental magic and swimming and chaos. What was that last one? Swimming. Right. But I suspect your quest will have its merits even if you don't meet any of the Realm Keepers. That's true. I bet you and Rhea will have a lot to talk about, and you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already just by being your friend. Like, how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Millie loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Rhea to build her a greatsword of her own. So, a regular-sized dagger? For Melly? Yeah. Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing, guts and bravery are something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah, speaking of practice, you're going on quest too, Elfie? I am. Aura and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that Sneaky Twister's new name? Oh, she knew who we were talking about. It is. Ain't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Maybe a lottle. Do you think she's going to drown me? Or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me? Probably not. I think he'll probably find some wacky-as heck solution that no person in the history of Dragonkind would ever have thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you'll always got an intense air echo by your side to pull you out of the water if you can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well, mostly. I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that. But there's always a way out, if you're looking. You're taking that sheepish thing along? Maybe. I think he might let him stay with Melina, so she isn't so alone. Or so he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Axe. No. Guess if you're going with whatever the Drake's his name is, we'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. Hmm. I'm not sure. Because Aura doesn't usually like talking, but he has been getting or they have been getting closer to people. Does he only use they them, or is it, or do they use he as well? I never remember. He uses both. That's what I vaguely remember. Sure, that sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You can use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. And who will be waiting for you? On a completely different note, Carolyn, what happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a little time to stick around. So, you'd say you like it here? It's not too bad here, though maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. Ain't that hair Echo? I'll get her something from the market or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from her farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. No, but seriously, if any more of my family members turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you? When you go, I mean? I could gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. You should. You've got away with your family members. And the snails would love you. Have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but a fun chaotic mess. Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Ooh, we finally, after all this time, got more info on Fable. Fable was the first character we met in this game, and one of the last, I think, at this point, to get our second paragraph. Fable has a hidden talent for being able to read other people extremely well. Despise their anxiety, they know what to say in serious situations and go out of their way to help people in need. Turns out, a little bit of positive feedback and validation is enough motivation to chase their dreams of adventuring. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Carolyn, do you want to come with? We can stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragon. Or bye. Ain't sure I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to your worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andrew doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Carolyn. Good night, Fable. Good night. Good night. That's probably end of day. Yeah. Another day has passed. Are we finally in Act 3? No, we're still in Act 2. Sheesh. Interlude kind of sounds like it's gonna be the last chapter, though. If we go based on the title.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting down below.